making sure that we included all the most important, stakeholders in those conversations, chefs, sous chefs, that sort of pastry chefs, that sort of thing. Did tastings with each other, documented that, had recipes, like that kind of approach to menu design and menu building was pretty strong.
What was your approach to systems back then when you were running your restaurant? And what do you wish you had known sooner?
At the core of our restaurants, like we were pretty good about creating systems. We really believed that systems were the North Star. They weren't always perfect, and we would take time to build them. And the structures would change, and it was important to get people's input and buy-in and all that. But I knew that they were critical, right? I think now I'm a lot better at building them. Uh, for different types of work, but I always have believed in them, I would say.
What's the best system you came up with for your kitchen?
Mm.
Do you think about one system and you think, I nailed that system?
Let's see. That's a good question. I mean, we had a pretty thorough menu development system. Like, I think
Okay.
from a kitchen perspective, like we were really good about R&Ding new items and then documenting that work and using that work to kind of inform what the next iteration of the dish would become, making sure that we included all the most important, stakeholders in those conversations, chefs, sous chefs, that sort of pastry chefs, that sort of thing. Did tastings with each other, documented that, had recipes, like that kind of approach to menu design and menu building was pretty strong. I would say kind of the other kind of, I guess, more boring answer is like a lot of this silly, I'll say silly, ticky-tacky kind of small systems that existed on things like inventory and bar maintenance and all these kind of other sort of things. That stuff does matter, and I think like it all kind of layers up into your approach for how you systematize your restaurant. So I always kind of like to get the folks that were directly responsible for those revenue centers involved. So like the bar manager would, I'd spend time with them and we'd talk about how to design systems that not just fit the bar, but fit their style of kind of ownership over that space. And the same thing for back of house and the same thing for front of house. Like I like to kind of I really enjoy, bringing those folks in to make sure that, like, they have a say and ultimately the systems that they're gonna be held accountable to.